It's over for the Clippers after Kawhi's injury and their playoff loss. The Clippers need to rebuild, and if they don't, it's going to hurt them. Here's why. The Clippers entered the 2023 season with high expectations, as they had a star duo of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, who both signed max extensions in the offseason. They also added some solid pieces like Russell Westbrook, Eric Gordon, and Norman Powell to improve their supporting cast and help with scoring. They finished with a 44-38 record, which was 5th in the Western Conference. However, their playoff run was cut short by the Phoenix Suns, who beat them in 5 games in the first round. The Suns were led by Kevin Durant, who joined them at the trade deadline, and Devin Booker, who had a 47-point explosion in the final game of the series. The Clippers had no answer for their firepower and also struggled with injuries and inconsistency. The biggest blow came in Game 3 when Kawhi Leonard suffered a torn ACL after landing awkwardly on his right leg. He missed the rest of the series and is expected to be out for most of the next season. This is a devastating injury for Kawhi, who has a history of knee problems and load management. It also puts the future of the Clippers in doubt, as he is a player option for the 2024-2025 season. So what should the Clippers do now? I feel like they should rebuild. Here's why. First of all, they don't have much flexibility in order to improve their roster. They are already over the luxury tax threshold and have limited draft picks and young assets to trade. They also have some bad contracts on their books, like Westbrook's $47 million deal and Gordon's $19 million deal. They are stuck with an aging and expensive team that's not good enough to contend in the West. Second of all, I don't think they have a clear identity or direction. They have a lot of talent on paper, but they don't have a good system or culture. They have gone through several coaches and front office changes in recent years, and they have failed to establish a winning mentality or chemistry. They also have some locker room issues and personality clashes, as reported by various media outlets. Third of all, they don't have a loyal fan base or a strong market appeal. The Clippers have always been overshadowed by the Lakers in Los Angeles, and they have never won a championship or reached conference finals in their history. They have a reputation of being a cursed franchise who always chokes in the playoffs. They also have a controversial owner in Steve Ballmer, who has been accused of tampering and meddling with basketball decisions. So what should they do? I think they should trade Paul George while his value is still high and get some young players and draft picks in return. They should also try to unload some of their bad contracts and free up some cap space for future signing. They should embrace a youth movement and build around their promising rookies like Bones Hyland and Terrence Mann. They should also hire a new coach who can develop their young talent and instill a new culture. They should also prepare for the possibility of losing Kawhi Leonard in free agency or via trade request. Kawhi is one of the best players in the league when he's healthy, but he is also unpredictable. He might opt out of his contract after next season and join another team or demand a trade if he is unhappy with the Clippers' direction. The Clippers should not rely on him to return to his MVP form after his injury. I think the Clippers should rebuild now because they have no other choice. They are not good enough to compete now, and they are not set up for long-term success either. They need to start fresh and build a new identity and culture that can attract fans and players alike. I feel their PG and Kawhi experiment is over now. If you like this video, consider subscribing and liking. I really appreciate the recent support. Also, there is a big problem with the Warriors. Check it out.